Good evening and welcome to the Select Board meeting for Monday, December 28th, 2020. Please note that all meetings of the Select Board are recorded, and if anyone else is recording the meeting, please make it known to the chair. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, and the governor's March 15th order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the Select Board will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and or parties with a right and or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the AG's webpage. The town will persevere to use conference call capabilities regularly for other parties to listen in and participate accordingly. If not possible, we will post on the town's website an audio recording as soon as possible after the meeting. Why don't we start with the Pledge of Allegiance? So if everyone could please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And Mr. Fox?
Yes. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to, we lost a former member of the Regional School Committee, longtime member of our community, Roxanne Cook, this past week. And if we could, a very dedicated individual, very dedicated to the children of our community. So if we could please have a moment of silence, Mr. Chairman.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we have public comments. If anybody has anything they need to bring to the attention of the Select Board, now is your opportunity. Okay. First order of business is to acknowledge payables warrant number 2116B dated 12/14 in the amount of $407,675.95. And payroll warrant number 211 dated 12/21 in the amount of $229,261.25. And I need a motion for the minutes of February 14th.
That's 12/14.
What did I say? Sorry, December 14th.
Joe Didi will make the motion.
Russ Fox will second.
Doug Moglen, aye.
Joe Didi, aye.
Russ Fox, aye.
And we need a motion for the minutes of December 14th executive session portion.
Joe Didi will make that motion.
Russ Fox will second.
Doug Moglen, aye.
Joe Didi, aye.
Russ Fox, aye.
Okay. Meeting discussion items. First item of business, and I see we have a huge crowd for regarding the part-time lead dispatcher. And I think we have both chiefs here. We do. Chief Anderson, Chief Bishop, how are you?
Very good, sir.
And Chief Anderson, thank you very much for the note that we received this morning. That was a nice deal there. Does anyone want to give some background regarding this part-time lead dispatcher and where we got to and how we got where we are right now?
Yes, both chiefs will speak to the issue.
Go ahead, Kev, you can lead.
I knew that. Gentlemen, it started as a process 2 years ago, and we tried to get the support, from the board for a full-time supervisor, and the funding just wasn't available at that time. The board was kind enough to give us some overtime to try and meet our needs. With that money from that overtime, we decided we'd go with a lead dispatcher. And just to correct you, Doug, it's really not a part-time position. Just that he's going to be doing both, dispatch duties and lead dispatcher position. I think it's a very good plan that we did put together for the future of our dispatch center. looking at the package that Mr. Eck did put together, I think he is the right candidate for this position. And so I really made my decision and possibly the board decision a lot easier anyways. But I do think that we have the same candidate that I would have been supporting for this position anyway. So I'm very happy to have him on board. Chief Anderson?
Yeah, just a little bit to add to that. As Kevin mentioned, we have tried to do the supervisory role as a separate additional person, and funding just doesn't allow for that at this point. We went back to the drawing board over the last year, maybe year and a half, and we acted with, Bob Act acted as a liaison with other duties that could be tagged on here and there. And I want to support that Bob has done an excellent job with that liaison position, bringing topics both back and forth in that regard. So I think Bob's an excellent choice for this. I think it's a natural fit. And I think it'll add another dimension to the dispatch that we all know we need. So.
I see Mr. Eck is here. Does he have anything he'd like to add?
Bob?
Well, I would appreciate the opportunity to do this for the dispatch center. It's needed some hands-on guidance for quite a while, and two chiefs came up with this great idea, and I'm more than happy to step in and fill that need for the dispatch center.
Go, Russ.
I think we've discussed this during the budget process, and I think this is a good compromise, especially since we have the funds available to take this action. And I know Joe's having a little difficulty maybe hearing, but if he wants to add, he can. Other than that, I would make a motion to support the appointment of Bob Eck to this position.
Joe Didi will second that motion.
Motion made and seconded. Mr. Eck, are the Yankees going all the way this year?
Let's hope so. Let's hope so, Doug.
Then Doug Moglen, aye.
Joe Didi, aye.
Fox, aye.
Congratulations, Mr. Eck.
Gentlemen, I appreciate it. And hopefully I'll do a great job for the town of Southwick.
We know you will. We know you will.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bob.
And board members, again, thank you for your continued support for both fire and police. It is appreciated.
And Chief, are you going to have to go to Chief Bishop's house? Is it smoky over there where he is, or is it just the camera?
It's that light. I didn't bring in my other light that you always complain about. It's just,
They said that was legal to smoke that, but I don't think you can.
And all meetings of the Board of Selectmen are recorded. Okay. Okay. Moving on. Authorized sale of surplus fire engine and old Southwick Police Department dive truck.
Those are surplus items, and the old fire rescue is going to be repurposed into a multi-department dive vehicle. And the other vehicles for the fire department have come in, and we've already sold the old fire ladder truck, and now this other engine is an older one that we need to sell too. So at some point, we're going to be doing a surplus sale, and we need to be removing those vehicles from the police and fire station bay. So I'd like the board's approval to surplus sale and to also to have you authorize me to sign all the necessary paperwork.
Need a motion to surplus. Well, that's the old engine too, right?
Yeah.
And the, what is it, 1986-7 dive truck?
I think it's like an 81, isn't it, Kevin? It's an older vehicle. Yeah, this is even older.
yeah, I don't have the paperwork in front of me, but I do believe it is older, like you said, Carl.
Yeah. So
Joe Didi will make that motion. And if you look back in time, there's actually a picture when that old dive truck came in brand new with some young selectman named Russ Fox in the picture. I think Russ just got on. Seriously.
yeah, that's true. That's probably around 81.
Yeah.
Proposition 2.5. Plus, he had been a dog officer before then.
Russ Fox will gladly second that motion, knowing that we got our money's worth out of that vehicle.
No doubt. Doug
It aged
Moglen,
better
aye.
than you. Joe Didi, aye.
Russ Fox, aye.
Lord. Acknowledge firefighter Ryan Tedesco, Mike Macchio, and Aaron Sherlin. Chief Anderson?
Yeah, well, in the old world, we would have brought them in and issued them the yellow helmets, and they're basically cleared for interior firefighting. So we didn't want to hold them up, but we thought that they should be acknowledged publicly for completing the Connecticut Fire Academy for Firefighter 1. They're in full operation at this point, and they're actually, all three of them are scheduled to do their next certification for Firefighter 2 in the next coming couple months. So it's basically just to acknowledge them publicly that they've completed this.
I remember Aaron Sherlin when he was an infant.
Was that right around the time the rescue truck came in?
No, I think the rescue truck is way older than Aaron Sherlin, to be honest with you. So we'll keep Aaron Sherlin and surplus the truck. Well, that's great. And congratulations to Ryan, Mike, and Aaron. Well done. And hopefully when this is over, we'll have, we're probably going to end up having a big deal, because you've put on probably 5 or 6 yellow helmets.
Yeah, probably roughly about that much. And
Yeah.
getting ready for another crew here in the near future, but we'll see.
Awesome. Well, when things get better and we can all meet in person, we will certainly have that, because it's certainly worthy of recognition.
I agree.
Thank you. 535, American Legion change of manager.
That's Darcy Rock, D Rock.
Yep. So this has got a public hearing, right? So we have to read the notice.
I gave you the step. I would
Yep.
read the little notice that I gave you.
Let me just catch up here. You did give me the whole thing. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Notice is hereby given under Chapter 138 of the Massachusetts General Laws that American Legion of Southwick Post 338, Inc. has requested a public hearing to change the manager Chastity A. Miller to Darcy L. Rock, the existing premises on the following described premises. On the easterly side of the road and 2 floors, 1 room upstairs, lower level for storage, bar and meeting room, 4 entrances and a pavilion. Adheres to the conditions set forth in the 9/29/2003 stipulation agreement. Alteration of serving premises based on the plan on file with the Southwick Licensing Commission, increasing the serving area by 2,040 feet. The additional serving area encompasses a fenced-off section for outdoor serving and include 1 10-by-20 shed/bar. New serving area to encompass 57,764 square feet to include horseshoe pit area and bleachers. Parking in approved serving area restricted to handicap parking only while in use. Occupancy numbers calculated for all indoor serving areas of premises. Public hearing to be held on Monday, December 28th at 5:35 p.m. by remote Zoom meeting. So we need a motion to open the hearing.
Joe Didi will make the motion.
Russ Fox will second.
Doug Moglen, aye.
Joe Didi, aye.
Russ Fox, aye.
Read legal ad. Done. Read any paperwork to be entered into the record. Do we have any additional paperwork to be entered in the record for this? And is there anyone to speak on behalf of this application here tonight?
I'm here, Darcy Rock. I'm not sure why my camera's not working, but I am here.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Excellent. So you are the incoming manager, correct?
That's correct.
Awesome. Is there anything to add to what I've already read here?
I don't think so. I think all the paperwork is in. They said it looked pretty complete.
This is when Joe usually asks if you have your tip certification and all of that.
I do.
Joe, is there anything else you want to add to this or ask for this?
Doug, Darcy Rock was involved years ago. She did a wonderful job there and she left for reasons unknown to me. It's great to hear her voice and it's great to see her coming back into the Legion.
Thank you.
Russell,
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
is there anyone to speak in favor of the change of manager?
I don't think anybody else from the Legion board is on.
Okay. Is there anyone that wishes to speak against the change in manager? Any general discussion?
No, this is what they do every time they change a manager, and I'm surprised they're doing it this quickly. That's great. Usually we gotta chase them down, so I think it's a win-win.
I think we're at the end of the chasing process, correct, Carl?
Yes, we're good here. Darcy gave everything that Robin needed. We're good here.
So then I need a motion to close the hearing.
Joe Didi will make the motion to close the hearing.
Russ Fox will second.
Any sorry, we got to vote on that. Doug Mogul, aye?
Joe Didi, aye.
Russ Fox, aye.
And any general discussion regarding the change of manager? Seeing none, I need a motion to grant the change of manager to Darcy L. Rock.
Joe Didi will make that motion.
Russ Fox will second.
Doug Mogul, aye?
Joe Didi, aye.
Russ Fox, aye.
Congratulations, you are now the manager.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Darcy.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
We're right on time. Quality Restaurant to Walk on Water change of DBA. Is there anyone here that wants to speak to that process change here?
Yes, this is Frank Caruso, the attorney for Walk on Water.
Attorney Caruso, how are you?
Good, thank you. How's everybody?
Good,
Good.
thank you.
Hi, Frank.
Hi. Jen Nolasco, I see, is on by cell phone, so I don't know if she has a video. But I don't, Robin, I think, was going to check. I don't believe there's a requirement under Section 12 for a public hearing for this, so I don't think you need the publication.
No, there was not.
No,
Okay.
that wasn't necessary.
Okay.
There is a fee though, Frank.
To the city, there's none to the state.
It said on the ABCC website, it was $200.
Yeah. Robin will send you, don't worry about that issue right now. That's
Okay,
a paperwork issue. Robin will give you that piece of,
okay,
the important thing is to make the presentation before the licensing authority.
okay. Very simply, just she's been operating as Walk on Water. Originally, as you know, we were transferring it to an entity, Walk on Water LLC. There was an issue with the incoming partner. They've now left. We've settled everything with them and just requesting that the actual name change be Walk on Water. The corporation will still be the same, Quality Restaurants, Inc. Nothing else will actually change.
Okay. So then what's the process here, Mr. Steinhardt or Robin? Do we just need to
Go.
vote on that or do we need to
Yes.
discuss it?
Well, if you want to, you can discuss it, but if not, it's a straightforward procedural item.
Discussion?
No,
Shaking
Mr.
of
Chairman.
head? Okay, so we need a motion to change the DBA from Quality Restaurant to Walk on Water, Inc., or
Just Walk on Water, no ink.
to just Walk on Water.
Okay, Joe Didi will make that motion.
Russ Fox will second.
It's a roll call vote. Doug Mogul, aye.
Joe Didi, aye.
Russ Fox, aye.
Done.
Thank you. Robin, I'll follow up with the ABCC and get back to you tomorrow.
Okay, that sounds great.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Good night,
Thank
Frank.
you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Okay. New business before the board in our last meeting of the year. Renewal of special counsel status. Carl, is this regarding Attorney Motzko?
Yes, it is. He's left one firm and he went over to that other one. So obviously you just need to make a decision on continuing to use Attorney Moskos with the other firm, which is Cedar and Chandler out of Worcester. And it's the same reasonable price that he was charging before, $200 an hour.
We have no ongoing projects with him at this time, though.
Not at this time, no, sir.
Thank goodness.
No, but he did call me. I mean, he has to, he's got certain term limits in the last law firm he's under, so he has to go on and be part of another one now, so. But I did speak to him.
Discussion?
Obviously, we were very fortunate to have Dee as an attorney. He's helped out the town of Southwick tremendously in the past. I certainly wouldn't want to lose him.
Joseph?
Yeah, whatever, I guess. Yeah, we got his number. Wonderful. You know, we understand he moved. I don't. It's not like we're putting him back on a retainer or anything.
No, it's just if
Oh.
we needed to hire him, we
Yeah.
would hire
Yeah.
this
sure,
new firm.
Sure. Yeah, get his new mailing address. Get a little sticky thing. We'll put it on our envelopes. Yeah, we're good.
Yep.
Yep, sounds good.
The next item is to designate the chair to address all TIF application issues and negotiations for a potential development project. This was carried on the agenda. We need authorization for the chair to have preliminary discussions regarding a potential economic development activity. And should it turn into something more than that, obviously it would come back in front of the board for further discussion.
I'll gladly make that motion, but get it done this time, Oakland, all right? Just get it done.
Well, if New York hadn't backed that truck up full of money at the other guy, we'd have been home free.
Yeah, but normally a guy from Jersey would have took the tires and rims off that truck. But anyways.
This was, no. This was the New York people backed the truck up.
All
Even
right,
New
all
Jersey
right.
yields to the New York guys. But anyway,
Okay,
I need a motion for that, please.
I'll make a motion. Joe Didi makes the motion.
Russ Fox was second.
I guess, should I vote for this? Yeah, Doug Moglen, aye.
Yes.
Joe Didi, aye.
Russ Fox, aye.
Any other new business this evening?
No, that's what I had.
Joseph?
I can't even think now.
Russell?
No, sir.
Old business. A lot of discussion still going on with a bunch of people about high-speed internet. I'll have to come back at some point in the future. CR Green subdivision sign off, that was done, right?
Yep, the conservation restriction, Doug and Russ have signed off on it. The assessors have, not the assessors, I mean the Concom, and the also the property owner, Mr. Fiore. So now the board just needs to make the vote at your meeting tonight that you're approving the conservation restriction for the Greens East subdivision, and we can just go ahead and sign off on it. Is that for the east, Doug, or the west?
It just says Greens on the
Yeah,
agenda.
well, let's just vote it as Greens then.
So that doesn't, we have to vote to accept it,
You have to vote to sign it.
vote to sign it.
It's going to be submitted to the Secretary of Energy and Environmental Affairs, who is the final signatory under state law, to approve these so that this conservation restriction can be in perpetuity.
And that doesn't have to go in front of town meeting at a later date.
No.
Okay, so I need a motion to ratify the signatures on the Green subdivision conservation restriction.
Joe Didi will make that motion.
Russ Fox was second.
Doug Moglen, aye.
Joe Didi, aye.
Russ Fox, aye.
Done. Any update on the green energy piece yet?
We,
Russ and go ahead, Russ.
we agreed that we were going to start addressing that in January, Mr. Chairman.
Perfect. And on the Southwick Police Department lieutenant recruitment process,
Yeah, I
Carl, are we in
believe.
good shape there?
Well, we're almost there. I believe we're finalizing things with the police chief process anyway. He'll be signing off this week, the new chief. And obviously, we do have to fit in the collective bargaining with the police unit. So that may be, that's where we're spending a lot of our time right now, including previous meetings and tonight's meetings and next week's meeting. So that's going to influence when we finally get to this recruitment process.
Fantastic. But we do have an agreement, and so I should report back to the board that we do have an agreement in principle with a contract for the incoming chief. We're
That
just
is
waiting
correct.
on
Yeah, no.
having a signature on that.
Yep, it's been put to form and it'll be coming forward to your board very shortly.
Okay,
Great.
so I got that going for me.
It ain't signed yet.
Don't scare him off, Joe. And
Wait.
just a note about the Regional Public Safety Dispatch Work Session, January 11th. Any other old business tonight before we move into executive session?
None here.
Joseph? Russell?
I would just like to say that the 250th chairman, Mr. Putnam, has received several of the banners that were hung along College Highway as donations to the town of Southwick. We had talked about putting them in the auditorium at Town Hall or the entranceway. So we're working on that. And Mr. Putnam has agreed to help out the town by sending thank you notes to people that do make the donation of the banners. He thinks that we're going to end up getting quite a few in the end. So that'll be something we can reflect on and work on in the coming year.
Excellent. Those were really nice banners that were out there for quite a while. I remember we went on the tour when they first went up. They were fantastic. So they're going to be great either in the auditorium or in the lobby there. At this point, I think we're clear to go to executive session, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so we need a motion to go into executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21, 2 and 3, Chapter 214, Section 1B, and CMR 20.031B, re Labor Council and police and fire chiefs for DPW, clerical, police and dispatch units, police chief contract and staff non-union regarding move to go into executive session to conduct strategy and preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel and not reconvene in open session. Move to go into executive session to conduct collective bargaining sessions with non-union personnel and not reconvene in open session. Move to go into executive session to conduct contract negotiations with non-union personnel and not reconvene in open session. Move to go into executive session to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining and that the chair declare that an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining position of the body and not reconvene in open session. And move to go into executive session to discuss strategy with respect to litigation and that the chair declare that an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the litigating position of the body and not reconvene in open session. And per Chapter 214, Section 1B, a person shall have a right against unreasonable, substantial, or serious interference with their privacy. The Superior Court shall have jurisdiction and equity to enforce such right and in connection therewith to award damages. Doug Moglen, aye.
Joe Didi, aye.
Russ Fox, aye.
Okay,
Good night.
thank you. Good night, Robin.
Good night, Robin.